All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Weekly update. I guess we're running a little behind. We should have had one in already, but
Weekly and a half
yeah,
update.
sounds good to me. I'll cover some gym stuff first and updates that route, and then we'll branch into some stuff on Brandy and how her prep's going already. So, first things first, where are we at in the construction phase? Well, we just had some sidewall lumber and some trusses delivered. Yeah, that's exciting.
Are those like rafters?
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh, rafters, and then you're like, troughs were dropped off, and I was like,
trusses.
What? Truffles?
Trusses. Yes,
Rafters.
that's the top. That's the peak.
Okay.
Okay.
Rafters.
So yeah, I would imagine that means we're going to get started on some walls and the roof fairly soon. Hopefully, anyways. Keep fingers crossed. Inside, we've made a lot of progress on the office. I would say the splitting the office in two and getting that remodel done, we're about 90% done there. So we'll be able to kind of clean up that mess for you guys, get it out of the way of that front corner so we can make our way around that corner nicer. And yeah, that's about it for updates on the construction for the moment.
We should try to do like a virtual tour maybe sometime.
Yeah, we
and then
can do
people
that.
can kind of give even like of the whole gym and then just kind of see the transition once we get
and show a drawing
of
what it's going to be, that kind of thing. We can do that. A couple things on the gym itself and details of what we're changing over, when we're going to be open, that kind of stuff. I've had a few questions. If you didn't catch that first video where we covered some of this, I'll just touch on some of the basics. One, yes, we are expanding, obviously. The new addition is going to be our new classroom side. And it will also include a brand new lobby with a front desk, that kind of thing. We'll have a nice little coffee bar area. When you come into the side that's existing already, that side is going to be redone as a machine side. So that will be, more your open gym style, pay for a membership, come in, use the machines, that kind of stuff. Will there be combo memberships? That's a question I've had. Yes, absolutely. You'll be able to buy the machine side only, the class side only, or a combination of both. And I will have those available on the site. Once we have a date of getting an idea when we're going to open, we're going to run some specials ahead of time to get people signed up before that date. And you'll see those online. Another question, is there going to be 24-hour access to the machine side? Right away, no. That's something we'll keep in mind as time goes on, and we'll kind of play that out. But our gut says no.
Honestly, we don't trust anybody yet. And it's going to be our baby. And we've talked to so many people or friends that have had 24-hour gyms, and we are kind of playing the pros and cons with it. And right now the cons outweigh the pros of having a 24 access gym. Yeah.
So we'll stick with that as our answer for now. And we'll let you know as things develop on that. Anything else on the gym I need to cover?
Nope. Looks like chaos.
Yeah. Chaos completely.
It's our favorite. Oh, you know what else is really fun to know? Speaking of construction, we have some plumbing issues at the house. They're going to dig up our entire front yard. So we're just going to add it to the list.
Yeah. Next week, digging big holes in the yard. We got fun home projects.
It's going to be great.
So
it's so great. Okay.
Yeah. Now on to Brandy's prep. Those of you who don't know, Brandy started prep November 1st. This will be for a main show in the middle towards the end of May. And so, we're talking 7.5 to 8 months of prep here when you include the reverse dieting phase out of prep.
I don't count it like that. I am literally 28 weeks out. That's how we count prep. I don't know how many months. Don't tell me the months. I just want to see that number each week drop.
Also there, we have to include a couple shows prior to that. Why don't you explain why we're going to have a show or two before we get to the main show?
Well, so the show in May is National Naturals. So it's a pro qualifier for an IFBB pro qualifier. Well, you have to win or compete in a show prior to that to even qualify to go to nationals. So that's why I keep saying 1 or 2 shows before I go, because if I don't win, I have to do another one to hopefully qualify.
We'll say 2. Warm-up show,
I do like
qualify
a
show.
warm-up show. It's, like fun to brush the dust off. It gets me amped up.
Yeah.
I do call it a warm-up show. It's just, they're expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
That's
lie.
okay.
Okay. But we have all this time to get ready. Anyway, so I started 29 weeks out. So that was last week. Last Monday. Not this Monday. Last Monday. So that was 29 weeks out. I kind of made this like cute little sheet. So people can see.
What, are you going to hold that the whole time?
No, but I'm going to just like explain. Like,
and this is at the gym too. She really is writing this on a big whiteboard.
Well, people like to see like the progress throughout the week. So like when I write down like my weight, so my very first day into prep that morning, so I do my morning or my weight every single morning, fasted, and right after I use the bathroom. So then I'll do my weight because that's my true fasted weight. And then so I start at 145.6. At the end of the week, I was 144 with like a drop, but I also got my cycle in the middle of that. So having still at this Tuesday, so just over a week, was a 2.4 pound drop. And I started with 2,353 calories at the beginning of my prep. I'm getting about 10 to 12,000 steps in, and I have no cardio right now. So I'm just going in, I'm training. My training takes less than an hour. Okay. Okay, everybody, I'm not in there for hours every day.
And what's your on-off schedule for training?
So I kind of put that on the side too. So I do 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off is kind of what I'm supposed to do, or 2 and 2. But because I had call on some of those days, I had call 3 days this week, I had to make sure that I prioritize my training when I can, because on call days, I can't guarantee getting into the gym. So I 2 days on, 1 day. So I've literally only trained 4 days last week.
Yep.
Rest 3 days. My steps are 10 to 12,000 steps a day. I usually get 12, just without putting much effort into it.
And when she mentions not being there for hours, that's not even close to a fib. I mean, honestly, you roll in at what, 5 to 10 minutes after 5, and you're done by 6 at the latest.
I try to be, depends on
something
if I'm
like
dinking
that.
around a little bit.
So I mean, and it's not that it's not the training isn't, doing the job isn't difficult. She is working sets.
It's 2 sets,
basically to
like,
failure.
Yeah, 6 sets.
So it is very hard work.
I know how to push,
but there is some breaks in between. It's a different style of lifting, just to keep like inflammatory responses down, that kind of thing. Correct?
Yeah, it's just kind of I call it like the first week is like the deflate week from. Right. And I did add some supplements. So I got my labs done, and my vitamin D was a little low. When it gets cold, I like to hermit crab a little bit. I'm not going to lie. And also my iron was super high. So I'm taking a little bit of supplements there to kind of help balance those. Blood. So I do get my blood tested before prep. I got my DEXA scan done. It just really helps do a really clean start. And that's why I call that deflate. So all of my food and stuff is prioritized to help with the blood markers that I had done. Mm-hmm. So then come Tuesday, I got my new training plan for the next week. So we're going to do just 5 days. We did drop the calories, 180 calories. I'm starving. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually really easy. And since I ate so much food prior to, I dropped down to 2,533 calories and lost almost 2 pounds. So I'm not hungry. I don't have cravings. It's going very smoothly right now. I did have a headache a little bit from a little bit of the detox, I think, for the first few days. But anyway, so 5 days, we're going to drop down to 2,173 calories and still no cardio, because once I add in cardio, that's like another phase of helping like amp up that fat loss and that metabolism. But I am going to start doing 2 or 4 times a week, 20-minute sauna session.
Correct.
So that is going to be like my cardio.
Yep.
But it's also more for just like a detox with continuously trying to get my levels back.
And a quick note on that sauna, you guys. Yes, we are utilizing that as quote unquote cardio for Brandy right now, because it kind of is. You'll get that heart rate. If you're in at the hottest temperature, you're going to get that heart rate up to a heart rate that you would be in zone 2, but you get it there just sitting there. The secondary benefits, which you should be doing a sauna anyways if you have access to it, and I know not everybody does, but if you have access to one, it's so great for your overall health. You do research on this, and when we talk about recovery methods, things that improve blood flow, your ice bath, your mobilization, your roller, your massage guns, really one of the main things that is scientifically proven to have health benefits and recovery benefits is your sauna.
Yeah, longevity.
Everything else is just like, well, we think this works. It has a trickle effect of working. The sauna is 100% proven. So if you're going to prioritize anything, prioritize finding a sauna, get a used one, go somewhere.
Just try it out.
Yeah, try one out somewhere and see how you feel.
Yeah.
So,
and then with that, my last thing was I'm on 4 liters of water a day and a quarter teaspoon of salt with each meal. And I have 3 to 4 meals a day.
Yeah.
And and my body stays hydrated. It also helps with that detox phase and just kind of flushing my system. As my fat cells start to burst, you just want to kind of flush them and keep them going. And it just makes me feel all around better. I realize the difference when I drink all my water. I actually have this like burst of clean energy. Yes, I'm going to the bathroom very often, but that's nothing compared to how I feel when I actually get all of my water in and my sodium.
Right.
So I feel hydrated and I just feel more, I guess, alive. So if you don't drink a lot of water, you're chronically like dehydrated and you feel like blah and fatigue or kind of flush or, that kind of thing. Up your water.
Yeah. And I would say that's a pretty decent place to leave off for this one, but I do want to try something out. I don't really like going live with stuff and having questions come through. I feel like you sit there and stare a lot while you're waiting for those questions, but we do want people to ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'd love for you guys to do,
I'm an open book.
At the end of this, once you've watched this video, which sorry is a little longer, shoot us some messages by private messenger, by text message, ask us in the gym. We'll make a list of 10, 12, 15 questions, and we will try to...
Oh, a Q&A?
Yeah, we'll try to cover those in our next video.
Can they be anonymous questions?
Sure, they can be anonymous. But if you list your name, we can say who you are and what you're looking for, and then try our best to answer as honestly as we can. If we don't know, we'll say we don't know. But if we can cover something for you, maybe you have a question on something Brandy had, maybe you have a question on the gym, ask away. And we'll make a list and we'll do that in one of our next videos.
I could do questions. I can start writing them down, what people ask me in like prep or like comments. That are you saying we need to get done?
We could have this conversation outside of the video.
No, I just have like one. Okay, honestly, somebody's like, I can't go that long without bread. And I was like, I eat 100 grams of sourdough a day. Like it's at least
now,
3
keep in mind,
slices.
that's not everybody. That is your body processes this well.
We should have a conversation on that because my body doesn't like cardio and it loves carbs.
Yep.
So most people want to punch me in the face.
And my body likes cardio and fructose base. So yes, we'll cover more of that later. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll hit a Q&A next time.
That's a wrap.